The obligation sets in on a Monday morning, the 22nd of the second month. The the 53rd day of the year electric company, which comes in at the number 24, which is the 9 lives of the cat, E-I-E-I-O, 59, 59, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. And we're reverting to the dice in the cube. Earth Day is more or less. What I want to speak about right now is something small that I saw online, and this has to come from Anna's page, in which I told you I'd like to share what everybody says, because are you made of copper and tellurium? Are you going to tell, bell, sell? Okay. Your ranium, mui is to love, and love is to put two sides together, because that's how a heart is created, with the center, and the center has two eyes that create one eye. This over here, which is part of the Taurus entry of the woman. Boom, right? Tellurium, like solarium, like aquarium, everything to do with underneath and inside where water is trapped. Okay, remember, in order to move something in the water, we need space, otherwise nothing moves at all. 29 birth of Earth inside 3, 21, 24, the 9 lives of the cat, they both meet on center C. 52, 10, 17 meeting in the center of everything. 8, 5, and 2 in the center. 20, 25 Jack. 25, 21, and 3, 24. I'm talking basic letter position. The reverse of this number 3 is actually the 24th letter in the alphabet. And this letter over here is the 6th letter. 2 and 4, 76, 13 equals to 4, bringing the alphabet backwards. This being the 20th letter, it is also the 17th. Z, Y, X, W, U, and then T. Excuse me. T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, the 7th letter. And this one, being the 5th, is also the 22nd letter. 22 and 7, this one is 29, this one is 24. We meet at the center C of the piano. When we say 218, 2818, this is the cycle. This is the cycle. 18 resident angel, the one spirit, 9 and 9. This is the spirit of the half-life, because of what number 6 does on a cube. It comes in at the halfway point. It's a link. If this was a halfway point, it would be a link, and I'm going to show you how this would link. Cutie. Okay? The cue ball. Okay, you can take out the T, because the T is many, many, many things. Okay, the T can also look like Dalit if you shorten the end. Why can I talk this way? Because when you look in the Hebrew book, they always tell you what the letter can be if it was shorter. In copper, you have 63, 4, 5, 6, creation of the Federation. And this one, you have the spirit of creation of the red sun, time. 60 is time, 46 is east-west. 6 and 6 is 3. 3 and 4 is DC, 3, 4, 5, 6. Runner of DC over here, QT. Now I'm going to show you something that I've been waiting a couple of hours to do since I got up this morning, but I'm a little bit all over the place. Remember, I'm bipolar. I have to be all over, so I cleaned the floor in the kitchen. That's a bipolar move. And I washed the dishes from somebody else's mess the night before, and that's a bipolar move. I had to go to the washroom to wash my hands and brush my teeth. I guess that's a bipolar move. And I had to correct something inside this camera and replace it and cover that, because I had to get that done. But the real thing about the bipolar move is the bipolar starts everything but gets nothing done. You're right. I haven't completed this page yet. This will be a page that I can compare to anything. Periods of time. In between here and 3 o'clock is 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, in which 2 and 3 are trapped together, in which 2 runs 1 to 12 and 3 runs from 4 to 5. Together they become trapped. And the same thing all around this area here. Same thing here, same thing over here, same thing over here. When you see 10, 10, and a clock, you're actually seeing the current running. What I want to speak about are small little things. Always small little things. Remember, I begin something and I never end, because the end of this project will be with us and me and you. Now, I'm going to see if I can bring this page in. When you say June, una, one, un in French is one. J10, 10 is one. Tune, to the sound of a tune. T is 1 and J is 1. T is 20 and J is 10. 10, 20, 1, 1. Inside un 35513 is now 23 creation. Inside un is now 33. Split in the divide and connection of the creation between J, hook up to one side, and T, the split that will hook up the two sides. T splits to hook up the two sides. J is to the left or J is to the right to hook up this side or that side. How about the G21 is on piano? Why G21? Because the 21st key on the piano is a G. This is what the 1 looks like. This is what the 2 looks like. The 1 is the breaker. In between, it can be split and shared between the two sides of reflection, which is the same thing you'll see on the picture cards. 284 and 184. The difference between both sides and the sharing of the spirit. The difference between 5775 is 3/4 of 20, 3/4 of 100, which is 25, 3 times, or 57, which is 3 parts of 19. Artificial intelligence equated on 57, which is the runner in the moon, and she rides a Mustang. She's in Kansas City because it's the best place to get old auto part scraps in Kansas City, right? One other thing I wanted to say, we have the service desk and we have the 2 waiting aisles. What can I do? Go here or go here. We have the one in the gold, which is the guy in the service, but the one who's being served is the gold, and then you're the silver and the bronze for what you're being serviced at. Or if you go to the grocery store, when I walked into the grocery store, they showed all the aisles up to aisle number 3, but there was no 2 and 1 because 1 and 2 was together. It was the aisle of service. If 1 and 2 is together, you serve me, and this is the island of service. If the 1 and 2 are together, I am the spirit, which I am the money, and you and me are the one who transfers the money. You buy and I sell. So there's many ways to look at this item right now. Well, my beard is not as gray as it used to be. The other thing I want to mention is they were talking about Vienna in the movie. I'm just trying to go back because there is a couple of things I wanted to mention. In the movie, they mentioned many things. Mary mentioned cloud and silver lining. Inside a lining of something is so the water does not run out. For the silver lining is the water and the shine of the energy. The energy that is in the clouds, whatever it is, someone somewhere will put this together, or one day I will be allowed. Ver means green, which is life, to deliver, in the liver, and back to water again. The water runs in a river and it's always in line. The oceans are all over the place, but they're not. Islamic 51, lamb, Mike, to speak of the lamb. Mars speaks of the lamb. Is the lamb Mars? Mohammed, the word I hum is mad. Dame is a woman, and a dam is made by a beaver, which means above and below the water. Vienna is a kind of Danish, and this area in Vienna is where they're going to decide whether it's right and wrong. The life of NA is whether it's right or wrong. Annie, get your gun. Your gun is 357 because that's what the remark is. Here is a star system. Here is another partial star system, how the clock would break down and work. Okay, these are automatics. You cannot build this any other way because I have to go above the line and in between the line. This is the split between the two lines. In order to run this line over here, okay, there's another line in between here that goes to this point. That's why the point is here. You see the square would split the point? That would be the point. That would be the dividing side between here and here. That would be the greatest distance between here and here. The same thing for here. So we do not cover. Every line we must skip. See, there's a half space here and a half space here. This square and this square covers it over here. Is the mosque a cow? Did the cow jump over the moon? Osco. Just thinking of this. Carolina. SC. Mo, the word. Carolina, the word. Word and word. M-O and W-R are both. I just want to tell you one thing I just saw online on Facebook, and it could be anywhere. It could have been on Google. And they said that they just set up the first camp. The fee, which was the price they paid for the fee the price they paid, was set up now in Arizona. But you have to know that Arizona in the NFL is a state, and they use it as a team. Carolina is a state, and they use it as a team. So right now, if they pick if they choose Carolina next, then they will starting to pick states that are high in sports, that are using states instead of cities, like Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA. LA is a city, Atlanta is a city, in Georgia. One more thing I want to speak about. I'm going to trek through my numbers over here. Um, is I was looking at the circle, I was looking at the square, I was looking at the triangle, and I was looking at hop swim. The frog, he hops and he swims. In Switzerland, okay, we get this design over here, because if I take a pen like this and shapes, and I turn the shape all around, what will happen to my line? Right? Like if it was a square, you'd have two flat lines. See this flat line here? It's a flat line here. This line going backwards is this line going backwards. Then it goes down, then it goes forward, and then it goes another straight line again. So it goes back and forward and back and forward. So this is what the triangle does. And I could be totally wrong, but anybody who can pass the line inside here, do you know what it is? It's an extended line with an attachment. Here is a cord, and you turn it around, and it shows you what the extended line would do if it was running off of this design. I say the English is a square because they build all the castles. I say Spanish is a circle because everywhere you go around Spanish places, Mexico, Cuba, Spain, they all show these kind of circles, these kinds of bricks on top of roofs. So different places support different items, which will tell you different ideas of parts of creation. There's other stuff in here, but we're going to leave it at this. I was trying to copy what Messer does, you know, the way he squares in everything, but every time I did it, it came out bad, so I did it this way. Raphael 72 in my morning video. I want to thank you on the 22nd day of February, which is the 53rd day of the year, which means there are 313 or altered current left in this month. And again, altered current left in this month, that would mean 313 plus 8 is 321. So the turnaround has to happen in 8 days to whatever the cycle is. It's in between 8 days to Valentine's and 8 days after the 22nd, which works out exactly perfect to the 9 lives of the cat, the passage in the sun, and 8 days will be the 30th of February, which will be the 1st of March. Same thing, 30th of February, 1st of March. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Have a nice day.